I wholeheartedly supporting the
bill.
I wholeheartedly supporting the bill.
But
I'm also in an open mind, sincerely acknowledging the efforts taken by the Honourable Minister for bringing this bill. And the exercise has been done before bringing the bill. A lot of exercise has been done by the minister also. A group of ministers has been constituted. 18 ministers are included. Minister rightly pointed out. And they had a consultation with the 18 ministers. And one time, Honourable Minister invited standing committee members and the group of ministers together. And we have a brief discussion on that also. After that bill has come to the House, Madam Speaker, in the House last session, the wisdom of the Lok Sabha is to send it to the standing committee. Standing committee, I got a privilege that I worked as a member of the standing committee, and the standing committee had a deliberate discussions. We called entire state transport secretaries. We called entire stakeholders, including trade unions. The standing committee under the chairmanship of Mughal Roy had done a tremendous work for strengthening the legislation. Honourable Minister acknowledged that, so I am very happy to hear that. We know the Motor Vehicle Act of 1988 is the principal act for regulating all its activity related to motor vehicle in the country. It has been amended 4 times, Madam, after the enactment of the law. That is in there 1994, 2000, 2001 and 2015. To adopt it to the technological upgradation emerging in road transport, passenger and freight movement and in motor vehicle management. I would like to, Honourable Minister had given us exact scenario of present relating to the road accident matter. As per the statistics, Madam, our length of road has been increased. Road length has been increased from about 4 lakh kilometers in 1950s to about 55 lakh kilometers in 2015. Majority of this growth has been in rural roads and road constructed by the public works department of state government. Rural road accounts 61%, PW road 20% of the total road length. National highway constitute only 2% and state highway is 3% of the total road length. Since 2000, while road network in the country has grown by 39%, Madam Speaker, the number of registered vehicles has grown by about 158%. Roads has grown by 39%, but number of vehicles has been increased by 159%. We know that while growth in road network will be limited, a constant increase in the number of vehicles on road may lead to congestion and road accidents. Actually, the national highway and state highways comprise about 5% of the total road network, but they witnessed 52% of the accidents. Madam, this 5% of the road from national highway and state highway, they comprise 52% of the road accidents. More accidents on highways because of the higher vehicle speeds and higher volume of traffic on these roads. In 2015, there were about 5 lakh road accidents in India. Minister mentioned about that, which killed about 1.5 lakh people and injured about 5 lakh people. The World Health Organization has noted that road accidents are major public health problem as crashes kill more than 1.25 million people and injure about 50 million people a year. The number of road accidents per lakh population has been increasing since 1970s, with an 84% increase from 1980 to 1990. When we take the case of individual states, Goa had a maximum number, and the next year it was followed by my own state, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu. From my own experience, Madam Speaker, I have a 120-kilometer national highway in my constituency. Honorable Minister Gadkari ji has came there to inaugurate a bypass construction. Alappuzha district has around 120-kilometer national highway In 2016 alone, 2,099 road accidents were reported, in which 356 people were killed in 1 year, madam. 356 people were killed. And 2,333 people were seriously injured. In these accidents, out of this 2,999 road accident, 1,085 accident is from national highway. Majority of how is the accident is happening? Majority of the accidents are caused due to the driver's fault. This includes overspeeding, driving under the influence of alcohol, drunken driving, and hit and run case. And also, in some cases, alignment of road is also a villain for road accidents. And poor maintenance of the road is also become a villain of road accidents. Various expert committees have noted the responsibility for road safety is diffused across various bodies, and there is no effective coordination mechanism between these bodies. Along with the careless driving, the poor quality of roads, lack of maintenance, etc., also raise the ratio of road accidents in the country. It is highly essential, Honorable Minister, to bring the designers, the contractors, all kinds of roads under the provision of bill to ensure responsibility and quality. I think that is merely lacking in this bill. It is true that there is a need of amending the existing provision to suit the present requirement. There is a need of bringing change in the Principal Act on 1998. The bill has given emphasis on road safety, computerization, enhanced penalty for traffic offences. The bill addresses various issues related to road accident, third-party insurance, and road safety measures. Madam Speaker, whenever an accident happens, there we called as some golden hour is there to save the life of the person who injured. I had my own experience in so many things. In last UP regime, I was a union minister of states. When I was traveling from northern part of Kerala to the southern area, around 6:30, madam, while passing through an area of Padagara, I saw a person lying inside of the road. My government noticed, bring him to my notice, and stop the car and take him. He was met an accident, and take him to the nearest medical college. But the doctor told me that he has passed away because 2 hours he is laying the same road without any consideration and care. Why this is happening? Because of the provisions of some provisions. Those who are taking this injured person become a culprit.
Necessity of ambulance facilities.
Yeah, that is also here. That is also in the same bill. Therefore, this is a need of the hour. Actually, I like to point out some of the. I'm not elaborating things. I like to point out some key features of the bill. Licensing. Honorable Minister told the bill proposed to create several categories for the validity of licenses. If the person applying for the license, one below 30 years, license will be valid till he turns 40 years. Between 30 and 5 years, 50 years, license will be valid for a period of 10 years. Between 50 and 50 years, license will be valid only 60 years. Above the age of 55 years, his license will be valid for a period of 5 years. This is a very essential thing for avoid frauds in the driving license. Recall of vehicles also. The bill allows the central government to order for the recall of motor vehicles. If a defect in the vehicle like damage to the environment or causing damage to the driver, damage to other road users, most importantly, the manufacturer will have to reimburse the buyers for the full cost of the vehicle or replace the defective vehicle with another vehicle with similar or better specification. This is one of the most attractive questions in this bill. Protection of Good Samaritan. I have told it. The bill defines a Good Samaritan as a person who gives emergency medical or non-medical assistance to a victim at the scene of an accident. Such a person will not be liable for any civil or criminal action for any injury or death of an accident victim. This is highly appreciable to encourage the public to rescue the victim of road accidents. Very, very, very welcome stuff. Electronic services. The bill provides for the computerization of certain services. Honourable Minister pointed out this would help the avoid unnecessary delays in providing services. Penalties also. I'm really suggesting the same view as Minister suggests. The bill increases penalty for several offences under the Act. For example, the maximum penalty for driving under the influence of alcohol is from 2,000 to 10,000. If a motor vehicle manufacturer fails to comply the manufacture or maintenance standard of motor vehicle, the penalty may be fine up to rupees 100 crore or imprisonment up to 1 year or both. This would help to reduce the number of traffic vessels. Along these key features, I now would like to express some serious concern also. Honourable Minister already talked about it. Our committee has already, you know that our committee within short span of 2 months, we have completed our exercises and given to the report to the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Committee have given 40 recommendations. Committee had given 40 recommendations, out of which 30 of these crucial amendments suggested by Standing Committee are absent, but Honourable Minister pointed out that some of them are in the rules. If it is in the rules, it is okay. Otherwise, I would like to point out some of the key features. Committee recommended that the competency test prescribed should be uniform throughout India and state. State government should not be allowed to further dilute the prescribed competency test criteria. However, the government has ignored this provision. And again, the committee recommended, along with the central government, the state government may also be authorized to issue license and regulate driving schools. And the modalities to be prescribed by the central government to update the national registrar would be worked out by the central government in consultation with the states. These suggestion has been neglected. In many clauses, there is a tendency to give significant upper hand for central government. I do appreciate central government has a key role, but in a federal system, we have to support the state government also. We have to take in the views of the state government also. Therefore, I am telling this. There should be a proper training by the government for those drivers who involved in driving heavy vehicles. Government neglected this suggestion. It is highly essential to ensure the quality of driving, especially heavy vehicles in the country. The committee recommended that strict guidelines may be prescribed for the functioning of the vehicle dealers, and that the registration of vehicle by the dealers may be optional to the state depending on the state-specific requirement. This is necessary to avoid illegal vehicle dealing and cheating. Madam Chairperson, in clause number 18, regarding the requirement of production of the motor vehicle before the registering authority at the time of the registration, my Honourable Minister has a view. He already mentioned about the view, but the committee has another view. The committee recommends that the proposal in clause 18 shall be made optional for the states. Government ignored this recommendation. That may be given to the option of state because of lots of fraud has been happening in online system also nowadays. We can't predict that online is pakka, completely full, online is very good. Therefore, there is a scope of fraud in online facility also. There should be, therefore, state governments also be taken into confidence. That is what the Standing Committee suggested. I am supporting that view. In clause number 22, Madam, regarding for automated testing facility for grant of certificate of fitness to motor vehicles by October 1, 2018, the committee recommended the implementation of this provision should be deferred till such time all the states are ready to with adequate number of testing stations. In the bill, the government party accepted the recommendation by excluding the time period up to 2019. That is good. Already that has been accepted by the government. Then the committee recommended the government should consider the concern of the state and protect their identity while formulating new scheme for number for vehicles. Government ignored this recommendation. This is necessary to consider the concerns of the state government. I will again putting the views. In clause number 32, which empowers the central government to modify permits and make scheme for interstate transport of goods and passengers, the committee suggested that the views of the state government may be solicited before making any type of improvement in this direction. Government ignored this suggestion also. Regarding provides for parking facilities for motor vehicles, this is one of the important things. Parking facilities for the motor vehicles. The committee recommended that National Highway Authority of India and the state government may create parking lots for the vehicle for the public along the highways and state roads at regular intervals. The bill is silent on this recommendation. Madam Chairperson, what is the problem nowadays? Every vehicle has parking in the road itself. There is no sufficient parking space along with the road. The road vehicles parking in the road itself is creating accident also some way. That is creating congestion, and due to this congestion, accident has happened. In clause number 41 regarding provides for parking facilities in clause number 34 regarding Good Samaritan, the committee recommended that doctors and nurses who are attending the accident victim should be included in the definition of Good Samaritan. Nowadays, incidents are happening to assaulting doctors and nurses also. In Maharashtra, in your state also, some incident has been happened earlier. Therefore, they are also protected. The doctors and nurses, those who are treating accident victim, also should be protected under some Good Samaritan provision. In clause number 44, the committee recommended that the road contractors and concessionaires may be held accountable for faulty design, construction and maintenance of road. Government has ignored this suggestion. I cannot agree with that, Honorable Minister, because of the poor quality of construction, because of the poor design, because of the corruption in the road construction, this accident has been happening. Whenever road accident happening due to these reasons, there should be a responsibility fixing. That is what my suggestion. In clause 65, committee stated that government should come out with the appropriate rules and regulations regarding technical things like signals, signages, stop signs, dividers, etc. The committee also recommended the government to define what constitutes the lane driving, red light jumping, violation of signals, standardization of signages, implementation of UN Convention over road signs and signals. This is also neglected. The drunken driving punishment. Regarding the drunken, because of majority of the accident has happened due to the drunken. There are a lot of incidents is happening for accident. Supreme Court, they themselves involved in this case. Because I'm not going into the merit of that case, but the reason for giving that judgment is that drunken driving should be stopped. But it should not be treated as a mere negligence. In this bill, it should be treated as a mere negligence. It should come under the culpable homicide and provisions of Indian Penal Code. That's what my opinion. Yeah. The government neglected this very important recommendation. I'm requesting Honorable Minister to consider that drunken driving is a major cause of accidents, major cause of taking away the lives of the people. Therefore, there should be a strong penal provision. That is what my suggestion. Then, I'm not going into the details of them. Anyway, Honorable, I told that we have great regards for Honorable. In this ministry, I am frankly speaking, in this ministry, Narendra Modi ministry, the few ministers who are performing well, one among you is Nitin Gadkari, I can tell that. You are performing well. Beyond the, I can't join.
He is performing well. He has given extended roads, everything national. See the support. Nobody is there, even no quorum.
But Mr. Venugopal,
If this is the mentality of our people, then what is to be done? Then why should we discuss?
Okay, Mr. Venugopal.
Yes, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker.
It is all right. We are appreciating. He is appreciating.
Because I will have to speak, I don't give time.
No. Ma'am, I'm going to conclude. Even though Honorable Minister Nitin Gadkari is a role in Goa, I can't admit and approve that role he has taken in Goa. That is entirely anti-democratic and is, that's a villain role. He took a villain role in Goa for his party. But here,
आपका हीरो सो गया था रात भर तो उसके लिए मुझे क्यों दोष दे रहे हो और मुझे क्यों विलन बना रहे हो आपका हीरो अगर रात भर नहीं सोता तो आपकी फिल्म चल जाती है।
No,
सो गया।
No, I'm not admitting. This type of horse trading, we are not believing that. That is what. Then, anyway, in this portfolio, I'm coming to the subject. In this subject, anyway, in the ministry itself, Road Transport and Highway is doing a commendable job, and this bill also. I know he was very much restless whenever we send it to the standing committee. It may be delayed, pass. That is sincere apprehension made by. Therefore, we, the standing committee, work hard, and we made a report and give it to the standing committee. Anyway, I think by passing this significant legislation, Lok Sabha creating a history. Anyway, it will help to decrease the. Madam, I'm going to conclude at least. It will going to be one of the significant bill, and the result of this bill will be, I think, maximum of the human life will be saved. Thank you very much.
आपके प्रधानमंत्री ने मीरठ के भाषण में कहा कि पाकिस्तान की धरती पर हमने सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक किया, मतलब वो पीओके नहीं रहा, भारत ने अपना अधिकार भूल लिया। इसका प्रश्न का जवाब निशिकांत जी आपको देना होगा।